Welcome back, everyone, to Europa Universalis 4 as we continue the saga of Britannia that began all the way back in 1066 on Crusader Kings 3. If you have not seen the episodes leading up to this moment, I have put links in the description for you, both to the beginning of our CK3 series, which told the beginning of the story, but also the beginning of our EU4 series if you're only concerned with that. This is my first time playing through this game in a long time. So going to make a lot of mistakes along the way and counting on the continued support and input from you, the viewer, to help me to see what I might not be seeing. In our last episode, we fought a pretty costly war against France, but in the end came out on top, took a little bit of territory. So we now find ourselves at peace with the exception of some revolts that are going on, and honestly I'd just as soon see some of this territory just get gobbled up by other people so I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm mostly concerned about Britannia and building that up, and then of course establishing colonies when the time comes for that to happen. So let's dive into today's episode. It is 1467. Let's see what happens. So that's pretty cool. We already gained a core on the new province that we just acquired in the war with France. So that's actually really helpful. You can see the smoke still rises from that war. And yet we've already added a core to that. So that's very cool. Loire Valley is the area that we were told we needed to conquer in order to gain some support from one of our estates. So let's see how that's coming along. Where are the estates anyway? So I think, yeah, that was one of the things that the burghers wanted us to be able to do. Burgers, everybody pronounces it differently. We've got 45% loyalty among the clergy, 41% among the nobility, only 29% here. So not great among any of them. Yeah, conquest of the Loire Valley completed when the following is fulfilled. All provinces in the Loire Valley must be owned by Britannia. I'm not entirely sure why we're not getting that, because we do now own that. So maybe just take some time for that to trigger. All right, we get to invest in a new idea. So we don't have Renaissance thought yet, I don't think. So let's go ahead and look at our economic ideas and what else we might want to choose here. Well, I guess we only get to just do the next one in the line of economic ideas is how that works. So this will unlock the idea of organized construction at a cost of 403 administrative power. I don't know. That reduces construction costs by 10%. I just don't feel like that's worth it for me right now because I'm not doing that much in the way of construction. Why are we losing money? Oh, separatists. Not worried about that too much, honestly. Let them have it. Alright, so we've got to deal with the fact that we continue to not control these provinces. Even if I want to just give them away so I don't control them anymore, I've got to take them back in order to be able to do that. So let's just go ahead and deal with this issue. We're going to load up an army. We're going to send it down there. See if we can't just kind of solve that problem. Okay, let's go ahead and land these troops. I'm going to slow down time a little bit. I don't know what kind of army we might be facing here. It's May of 1469. It's obviously going to take a little while to handle this siege. I could probably separate enough troops for the siege and then move on. So then we could actually lay siege to two different places at once. Alright, we took the middle province. That was pretty easy, actually. These other two are going to be a little tougher. But it's good to have the military presence in Africa to kind of deal with this. I wonder if maybe... Oh, these are just transports. We do have a few heavy ships with it as well. I was thinking maybe we could do some patrolling for pirates. But I think we'll chill for now. Let's go ahead and park the fleet. Now that we have a friendly province in which to do that. It's taking a while for this. And obviously the expenses are taking its toll as well. Our Burgers are down to 19% loyalty now, which is a major issue. I think the others are... that's actually going down a little bit. Man, that's rough. What can we add as far as privileges go for them? Land rights. I don't want to lose more crown land. I already have very little crown land as it is. I think I'm just going to have to deal with them. Part of me kind of likes the idea of having a base in Africa for future things. I just don't know if it's worth it as far as the expenses go. But if we can make it financially viable to have them here, I'll have to look at that and see. But then we could, of course, convert the culture too. Devastation there. Let's convert the culture to Rhenish, which is our main culture. I don't know why that's our main culture. I think because that's where our original capital was right in here, even though it's not anymore. I don't know. I have to think about that a little bit. So we do have a bit of an issue here with Britain separatists. So that's in Britannia over here. We could handle them in a couple of different ways. 8,000 rebels. I mean, we can handle an army of that size. I really feel like changing the culture as much as possible to our primary British culture is the way to go. Actually, Essex is the culture here. English is the culture we really want. But see, it wants to change it to Rhenish. I got to look and see if there's a way to make a different culture my primary culture. All right, so I'm going to turn Lower Rhineland into a territory from a state. I think that should, yeah, that puts us to 0 as far as Rhenish goes. What I want to do is I want to make English my primary culture. And I just can't quite seem to figure out how to do that. So maybe somebody out there can recommend it to me if I don't find it by the end of this episode. We've got a new technology available, administrative technology. We can research workshop, which is huge. That's something we want to be able to build as workshops. So we want to immediately start building some of those wherever we can. We got a decent amount of income coming right now. Where can we build our workshops? Let's start in East Anglia. We'll build one there. We want to have several of these. And I primarily want to build them in England wherever possible. Let's go up here around where Birmingham is. I guess Shrewsbury would be closest. Maybe Coventry, I don't know. We'll go right there. Alright, we also have new diplomatic technology. Trade efficiency. We can now build docks. Not that we necessarily need to at the moment. We've got a nice income happening now. So what we have to start doing, I guess, is start building the development in states that have English as their primary culture. Now that's going to get expensive, and I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of that right off the bat. But I'll try to find places where it's relatively cheap to do so. See, like they're Mercian, so that doesn't really help me. That's Northumbrian there. But let's see if that's making any impact whatsoever. Oh, no, we don't have any policies available there. See, doing all of that only got me up to 26% culture on English. There's a lot of zeros and then a lot of Scottish, but might be. I don't want to make that. So I don't know why Rhenish is our primary culture when we have no development and cores that belong to that culture. We already have 2 promoted cultures, so we're kind of stuck, I guess, right now. All right, let's go ahead and invest in that new idea now. Well, you know what? I'd rather use that 400 administrative power to continue building things up. I've got a lot of available military power right now. So I'm trying to spend some of that. Looks like we still have enough. Let's go ahead and get the next idea. That gets us a little closer to Acts of Union, which will be nice. Alright, so if we spend 190 ducats and lose 10 prestige, which is at 0 right now, we can gain 10 loyalty among the clergy estate, which right now I'm having such trouble with loyalty among my estates. It looks like I dropped a stability because my leader died. Ugh, that's brutal. Edward's not the best leader either, so... but we're up at 48% now with the clergy, 41 on the nobility, 32 here, so it's a little better than it's been. I'd really like to see some crown land, but I don't think I can do it right now. New government reform. Bureaucracy. Max promoted cultures +2. That would actually be really helpful. Decentralized bureaucracy. Let's do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our accepted cultures because we can add 2 of them. Let's sort. Breton makes the most sense to be one of them, and Irish would be the other. So there we go. Those are our top 4 now. Alright, completing the mission, build buildings. We gain 50 administrative power, get a building spree for 25 years, giving a bonus to tax income, which we have a pretty decent tax income right now. Yeah, see, we're really down on the power gain because of all that. That kind of stinks. We're still at only 26% on English. I think that's kind of a fool's errand to try and get English as our primary right now. Alright, so where does that put us with our estates? Influence is pretty even among all of them, and loyalty is rising, so that's good news. Alright, let's see if we can get ourselves a new agenda. Expand port, infrastructure in Chester, that's pretty easy. Vassalize Jazeera, yeah, not so much. I feel like this is probably the easiest one of the 3. So what do we need to do? We need to have a dock or a dry dock in Chester. So where is Chester? Chester's down in here somewhere, isn't it? It's right here. So let's go ahead and take a look. Coastal defense, no. Let's build a dock. That'll be a pretty easy mission to complete. It'll only take us 12 months to get there. Ooh, prestige or influence for the clergy estate. Let's get the prestige. We need to get the prestige back to 0 because it's been negative for most of the game. Alright, we completed the estate agenda. Expand port infrastructure in Chester. So that gives us 10 loyalty to what was otherwise a pretty disloyal faction. Gives us a bonus of base production in Chester as well. So I don't know if we'll be able to immediately call another one. It may take a little bit of time before we can get another agenda. But the better we can fulfill those, I think the better off we'll be. Man, I really hate how poor our emperor is right now, and we have no legal heir at the moment. So we may need to go about getting some new marriages. Patronage for Renaissance artists. It's going to cost us some money, but gain us some prestige. And prestige, for the first time, is going to be a little bit on the positive side, though we're losing a lot of prestige. Decay and uncontested cores are the main reasons why right now. We don't have any government reforms at the moment that are available to us. Man, I wish I could boost that English culture. So just looking through the ledger a little bit here, we do have the highest development rating overall. We have by far the highest development rating, the highest amount of money. We do have some inflation, though it's certainly not as high as some other places. We're going to have to deal with that, though. Our prestige not so great. Our income is fantastic. Let's go ahead and take a look at where we can boost some things like stability and, of course, deal with inflation. So let's reduce that inflation value. We'll at least get it down to 1 point. Actually, Let's do it again. We'll get it all the way down to 0. That's going to increase our monthly balance. But I also want to boost our stability. Oh, we don't have enough power. We need 230, and we have 159 right now. Cessation of church functions, last jousting tournament. Yeah, we're going to have to spend the money and lose some administrative power in order to keep the prestige. Actually, that's going to give us a plus 0.5 yearly prestige for the next 20 years. That's huge. Oh, gain money. But we'll lose 10 loyalty from the clergy, but gain 10 from the nobility. Oh, we could gain stability here. Oh, boy. I think I'd rather have the stability than the money. That'll get us back up to 3 stability. And we're gaining almost 18 per month. That's pretty good. Right now, I'm just concerned about infrastructure and building myself up to be as strong as possible. So if you have suggestions on better ways to do that, or things I'm not already doing, let me know. Because I have an eye toward just preparing myself for the age of exploration when we start trying to establish colonies. So I'm really not worried too much about trying to expand in Europe and gain territory there. I don't want to just hurt myself financially, doing devastating wars on the continent, when I can just build myself up and then prepare to get ahead of them in the new world. All right, we're going to send out some missionaries to some of our regions. Maybe not for that kind of cost. Change culture. You can see all the different places where we could do that. But again, it's going to change those cultures to Rhenish, which is not what I want. I really hope there's a way that we can do that without having to go to Rhenish in all these cases. How about development? Where's our lowest development? Inverness. My goodness, Scotland. Let's get it together, huh? Yeah, let's build that up a little bit. I guess that's all we can do there for now. It's a good start, though. We've got an heir to the throne. He shall be called... we'll call him Edward. The succession is safe, and he'll actually be a better ruler than the one I currently have. Reformers have put forward a new confession of faith that has some minor but still serious differences with Catholic teachings. Ooh boy. The church claims it borders on the heretical, while there are those who suggest it would bring the church and its administrative apparatus under tighter control. Promote it. Yeah, let's promote it. That'll gain us some administrative power. We're up to 775 in military power. How quickly will we be able to get the next military tech? It looks like we're about there. We just need 796. So another month or so, we'll have it. Yeah, here it comes. Awesome. The Limber. Let's do that. So bonuses to our artillery. Enables large cast bronze mortar. I don't think we have really any artillery in our military. Of course, we're not really using the military all that much right now. And I'm honestly okay with that. I could mothball all the forts and save some money. Where does that put us financially? Oh boy, look at that balance. That allows us to build a lot. I really need to be thinking about what else I can be building. And what is this here? Too few rivals. We need another rival. All right. Jerusalem it is. All right. Boy, our emperor sure sucks, though, doesn't he? All right. Manufacturing. These are expensive, but they'll allow us to produce local goods, which will help with the economy. I'm going to build one in London. That'll increase the trade value in a substantial way. Oh, I guess we can't. We already have one in London. Let's go Oxford for that. It takes a long time to build the farm estate. It's not going to be done till 1483. So that's quite a while to have to wait. You can see we have a substantial amount of manpower and sailors. So if we did get ourselves into a major war, we certainly are in position to be able to handle that. Let's look at our technology. Renaissance Thought is the closest one that we're going to be at next, but we've got a penalty on that right now. We're just about to the place to be able to do our next economic idea, which is national banks, which will reduce our yearly inflation. Nobility estate loses 10 influence. Successful bureaucracy. Ooh. I'd rather lose the 10 administrative power. Alright, we have the ability to get the National Bank now for 400 administrative power. New Pope, John the 16th. There's an ideas advance. We've got Acts of Union because we've completed enough ideas now. We're level 6. We need a level 7 to unlock Renaissance Thought. That city on a hill is going to be nice because that'll give us a global settler increase. So when the time does come to start creating new colonies, we'll be better set for that. All right, we can recall our diplomats we've been trying to build up. You can see we're improving relations quite a bit in France. So we cut it in half. It was minus 200. All right, so we've lost Tripoli. Honestly, I'm just so frustrated with having to deal with Africa that I honestly just want to kind of let it go. We're going to give up these other two here. Tripoli we won't be able to do anything with at the moment. But I just don't want to have to deal with Africa at all at the moment. We've got a nice amount of income right now. So I'm looking here and I see that we are actually using more than our governing capacity. So we're taking some penalties for that. Now, I don't know how we go about changing that. Except that we release some more states or territories. So I might have to look at some other places we might release. Like, I don't know, right here. This just seems like probably not the best place to have. I don't think we can actually get rid of it. There's no existing nation that has a core on it. Okay, so that's not even a possibility right now. We could give up this territory here back to Naples. Let's see what that does for us. And it really didn't change things. We're still at 866. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right there. We're into 1481. I know we're kind of slow moving here, but I have a lot of questions that I've posed throughout this episode that I'm hoping that you all can answer for me and kind of nudge me in the right direction on where you think I should be going. So use the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts so that when we come back for the next episode, I'll have a little bit more direction on the way we should go. I'm looking forward to the Age of Exploration and what all that means, so I want to be preparing for that. I want to make sure that I'm prepared against any attacks that might come my way from rivals. I don't feel like there's anybody that I feel too threatened by right now, but you never know. So let me know in the comment section below, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.